You're listening to Real Crime, the Movie Sleuth podcast.
From the heart of the desert, it is Real Crime.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Yeah, Real Crime. Here we are.
We are here.
Where the hell did that come from? I mean, I know where that came from.
Well, we're in the desert.
What's in the box?
What's in the
What's in the box?
So,
What a wonderful, wonderful film.
What
Really
a-
uplifting and, not like what we're going to be talking about tonight at all.
what a great Christmas movie.
What a great Christmas.
That's a feel-good one. Not like these ones.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mara.
Yeah.
you.
We've got a brand new face here. Let's welcome Mara to the show.
Yeah, hi, Mara.
Yeah. Look at all that fanfare.
God, man.
Yep.
It's just the crowds just piling in to see Mara.
That's right.
A lot going on today. We got a pretty action-packed show. But first, as always, the lovely Chris.
Hi.
Look at
Hi,
her.
lovely Chris.
She's so beautiful.
Hi.
Hey, Chris.
So
how
first
are
thing I
you?
want to mention
Yeah,
is make sure you find our social media. We are on Twitter, okay, Instagram, Facebook, all that.
Yeah.
We barely ever mention that stuff on here. So
Yeah, we always forget that.
Yeah,
We're
we
on
do forget that.
Spotify too. That still blows
Yeah.
my mind. I hear
Yeah.
it on Spotify. I'm
and we
like,
get a
wow,
lot of
pretty cool.
downloads on Spotify actually,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So first thing we want to mention here is our sponsors, as usual, the Flint Institute of Arts.
Still awesome.
Yes.
I'm moving in soon. I told you guys that last week.
He's going to pitch a tent.
Pitching a tent right in the middle of the place. If you want to visit, I'll be
Yes.
You're always pitching a tent.
there. Yep. A big one. Moving along.
Look at this. Okay.
Moving along.
Also, projectorscreen.com. Make sure you check them out for Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
All your techie stuff. And our wonderful local friends at Sellerman.
If you have not been to Sellerman's yet,
Get your ass over there.
they have Christmas drinks, Christmas beers, Christmas meads.
Christmas
Yeah,
everything.
Lots of good stuff.
It's wonderful.
Lots of good stuff.
It'll make you fall over. It's delicious.
Mara, have you ever been to Sellerman's?
No, I haven't.
You have to go, Mara.
You have to
Very
go.
intrigued, yes.
Yeah.
You
it's
are
a
the
really cool
you are
place.
the enemy until you've been to Sellerman's.
Well, when,
boy.
when we do our live podcast there,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's going to be happening. That'll be happening soon. That's something that's
Ish.
coming up down the road. Yeah, soonish. Yeah. Haven't really hammered anything down yet, but we'll be there sooner or later.
Dawn just said Christmas meats.
Meats.
No, meads.
I'll make fun of my list,
With a
will
D.
you? Make fun of my list. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
It's
I
really
thought,
nice. It's
I thought we were above making fun of speech impediments. This is
Way
a new low.
Way to kick down a handicap person.
Baby, it's cold outside. I'm not letting that one die
Oh,
now.
I'm not gonna
no,
let
you
that-
shouldn't. You
No.
It's
shouldn't.
ridiculous. Anyway, moving along.
All right. So in news this week, really not much going on. First thing though is Bumblebee, this quasi reboot of the Transformers franchise, actually is sitting at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Yeah,
People are freaking out,
It
man.
looks amazing.
People
The
are-
last
Second trailer was just insane.
the last few of these movies only hit about 16% on Rotten Tomatoes, so 100% is pretty amazing.
well, rightfully deserved too.
Yeah, yeah. Looks great. Stranger Things Season 3 title teaser was released a couple days ago,
And we're off.
and people are melting down over this already. Very, very excited.
They should.
It's very exciting, but really annoying that I have to wait.
Yeah,
I am already sick of waiting.
yeah. I'm sick of waiting, too. So,
Yeah.
Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer dropped the other day.
Oh,
Do you like Godzilla or no?
I do like Godzilla. That one that was at the theater that a couple years ago now.
Yeah, I think it was 2 or 3.
That was like one of the worst movies I ever saw in my life.
It was pretty
you liked
terrible.
it?
Huh?
It was pretty terrible.
Oh, it was horrible. And
I loved
so
it.
I'm kind of like, I'm not too excited about it. I mean, I'll see it, but I'm not.
this one looks like it's really a different vibe than that one.
Well, then
This
that's
one
good.
looks like it's going for more of the old school monster versus monster stuff. With
That's what I like.
And 11 is in it. I mean, come on.
Oh, from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown is going to be the.
It looks like basically the monsters
Main
destroy the
star.
Earth,
Yeah.
and survivors are trying to get Godzilla to protect them from the rest of the monsters.
Yeah.
That might be cool. I mean, what I didn't like about that one is that I didn't think Godzilla was in it enough.
yes.
He wasn't. This one has Mothra, Rodan, Ghidra. Like, it's
Yeah.
going all balls out. I can't wait.
Cool.
I'm very excited to see this one.
That actually sounds interesting.
It
And
does.
Bumblebee actually has Soundwave in it. That was kind of hidden in the trailer.
I have to see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm seeing it on Monday next
The
week.
real sound wave.
I am
Yeah.
so jealous that you're seeing it on Monday.
Not the satellite sound wave.
Yeah, the real sound.
the
wave.
real Soundwave.
Yeah.
Like
So-
the
Coolest voice of
cassette-
all Transformers.
cassettes and all.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Coolest voice of
Yeah.
all Transformers. Oh, man, that was the coolest voice ever.
Yes, it was.
So, in other news, Doctor Strange 2 finally got a green light today.
Yep.
Scott Derrickson is set to direct. So, a lot of people have been waiting for the news on that one for a very long time
Yep.
now. So, Marvel is finally moving ahead with that. And last little bit of news, the Charlie's Angel film reboot has just completed filming. So,
Oh, boy.
again,
Wow.
Meh.
I just felt the hairs in the back of my neck go up.
I love
Yeah,
it.
so did I. It was my
Wow.
crap sense tingling.
Yeah. Oh, crap sense. I like that. Crap
sense.
I like that one.
Crap.
Crap, man.
So, suggested viewings this week. I actually caught one last night that I did not see earlier this year, and it was a totally outrageous kind of comedy crime thriller. A Simple Favor with Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively in it.
How was it?
It was pretty good, actually.
Really?
It was one of those movies that starts off one way and then it just like goes down the rabbit hole and just more stuff keeps piling on and piling on and piling on. It's so absolutely unrealistic, but it's fun.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, very reminiscent of To Die For with Nicole
Okay.
Kidman in it. That was out like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
How you're just like, this is totally unbelievable, and things just kept getting more and more out of control.
Yeah.
That's how this was.
That movie was so odd, too.
It was.
I liked it, but it was odd. I guess me, huh?
I guess it's you.
I'm going to go with, I got to go see Once Upon a Deadpool tonight before the show, and it was solid. If you saw Deadpool 2, you've already seen the movie. But the added Fred Savage is interesting. It's got quite a few laughs out of that. So, yeah, I think it did pretty good.
I want to see it when it's out this week, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check
it's
it
out
out.
tomorrow.
Mara.
Or Thursday.
Mara, what you got for us?
Well, I just watched the other day Christmas Blood, which was a Swedish horror film, Christmas related. But
No.
I recommend that movie. It was one of the sickest movies I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of very hard to watch moments, and then moments that are hard to turn away.
Oh.
Christmas
like
Blood.
train wreck, hard to turn away, or positive?
Train wreck.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Train wreck.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean,
Who doesn't
I-
like a good train wreck?
no, I really like gross movies or like
Yeah.
something that would like a very shocking scene.
Yeah.
It's
Now-
not all I like.
Now,
I
is it
don't
Meet
just
the
go for
Feebles
that.
gross, or is it Hostile gross?
I hated Hostel.
I would say kind of in between.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
probably both.
So
right,
Christmas
right on.
Blood. Where the
Both.
heck, where'd you watch this at, if I may ask? Like, how'd you watch it?
Well, I watched a screener for it, but
Okay.
I don't remember. You know
So
what?
it's
I
a
don't
newer
remember
film.
where to.
It's
where
from
it's even gonna be.
Artsploitation.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a newer film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's
I can
check
loan
that.
it to you tonight, Scott.
Really?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, you
I
suck.
mean, if you, not even so much of like a Christmas movie. If you want to see some sick shit, it's good.
Right
Good.
on.
I need to offend my better half. So yeah, I'll bring that home.
Oh, there's something to offend
Poor
everyone in that. There's something for everyone in that. There's a great scene in the autopsy scene there that really stuck with me. There.
All right, I'm gonna watch for that once I get my copy tonight.
There's
from the
some
boss.
skull smashing going on in this movie.
Maybe I don't want to watch.
There's
that.
some
No, I-
evisceration going on in this movie.
There's some
Evisceration?
some guts
Nice.
spilling out on more than one occasion.
Maybe I
Yes.
don't watch it.
Oh, come on. You could handle
Handle shit.
yeah, you did. Man, what's his name in was it Hannibal?
Ray Liotta?
No, when
you're talking about the Italian guy when he's
yeah, Depazzi when they
just
throw him out the
Pazzi.
window.
Yeah, that was pretty heavy. But that was so artful, though. I mean, that was like disgusting, of course, but it was just done so artfully, in the true Hannibal Lecter style. It just looked really great. It was cool.
It did look great,
Yeah, it was just beautiful looking.
but if you can handle that, come on.
I guess I'll have to try it on for size.
It's almost like a Norwegian Silent Night, Deadly Night. It is
Oh, really?
subtitled. Yes.
No kidding.
Yep.
All right.
Norwegians do interesting horror.
Yeah. Yeah. This one is really interesting, to say the least.
I'm going to suggest everything that I have on my list of stuff we're going to talk about tonight. 'Cause I didn't watch shit this week because I've been completely ridiculously busy.
Oh,
Oh,
That is what we call a segue in the business, people. What are we talking about this week?
we're talking about Christmas movies.
Imagine that. Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Christmas movies. Yeah.
you're a mean one, Mr. Scott.
Whoa. That was pretty good, actually.
Thank you.
So, Chris, why don't you start out? We're just going to do around the world.
We can do a roundabout. Yeah.
Why
Why don't you
got?
go
What do got?
first, since you didn't have a suggestive viewing
Yeah,
for us?
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Throw him under the bus.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny thing about my list is when I went through this and really picked out stuff I wanted to just mention tonight, I found myself laying down a lot of the TV movie type stuff. There was all types of really cool stuff from the 70s and 60s, 70s, and 80s. you
Yeah.
know, within those decades that were Christmas films that we all, and they're, I guess what's on my list is more sentimental type stuff. Because,
Yeah.
Christmas growing up when you're younger, it's a magical thing, right? So I think while there's tons of Christmas type movies, what?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Die Hard.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, don't talk. The mic's going to pick up your whispering. Anyway, so, I mean, that's what I found really interesting about the list that I had. Now, here's one that, I'm going to throw this on here. I'm going to get beat up probably for this. But,
Doubtful.
here's the question I have for you guys. When we say Christmas movies, are we talking about movies that are about Christmas or movies that happen during Christmas?
I think
question,
it can
good
be.
question.
Either.
I think it can be however you qualify it.
Okay, fine.
If you think it's a Christmas movie, then it can be on the list.
Here's one. Here's a fan favorite. Ready?
Okay.
Better Off Dead. Happened during Christmas.
Yes, it
It
did.
happened during Christmas.
Yeah.
And
That's all I'm going to say about it.
some of the best scenes in that movie were Christmas related.
Yeah. The first time I ever saw the fireplace TV video thing, which just made me laugh my ass off, was you see the fire? Oh, what a beautiful fireplace! Camera pulls back. It's a TV set, and that was like the funniest thing I ever. Now it's like whatever. It's ridiculous.
That movie has one of my favorite lines of all time.
Which one?
Do you know the street value of this mountain? This is 100% pure.
There's a whole mountain of this shit.
I've never seen this one.
You've never seen Better Off Dead?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
John Cusack at his
it's-
finest.
Yeah.
Some of
Yes.
the best stuff ever.
Savage
Oh.
Steve Holland.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
John
what's
Cusack.
what's his name plays the Booger.
Booger.
From,
Booger.
Curtis.
Armstrong.
Yeah. Yes.
Snorting everything in sight, trying to find some new drug. It's hysterical. One of the-
including snow off his
One
top
of the,
hat.
One of the funniest movies you'll probably ever see. It really is. If you haven't
It's
seen
great.
that, do yourself a
I
favor.
want my
I'll check it out.
$2.
I want my-
Is
there's
he
just
your
so many-
main wiener man?
Yeah. There's just so many great lines from that movie that just are timeless now. The $2 thing.
Yeah.
That because that movie came out. I was a paper boy when that movie came out.
Oh no.
So we all me and all my little friends, we were all paper boys. So it just turned into this. I want my $2.
Did you notice the look on the kid's look changed through the course of the movie too?
What's that?
The circles under his eyes got darker and darker, and his skin got paler and paler as the movie went on.
Well, it's 'cause he
until he looked like a freaking zombie by the end of the movie.
I guess that was to allude that he was just trying to get his $2.
He was evil.
and he wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
He was on a quest. He was obsessed with getting his $2.
Obsessed with his
He was totally
$2.
obsessed with getting his $2. Better Off Dead. Yes, it happened during Christmas.
There we
Not
go.
a Christmas movie, but it happened during Christmas, and I thought it had. To be
I hope
mentioned.
that offends a lot of you,
Yes, I do too.
because that's a lot of fun.
Christmas is very triggering.
Yeah.
It is.
Chris.
People will flip out over our choices, and it makes me incredibly happy.
Chris,
Yeah.
your turn.
Yeah, sorry.
You're playing with your little
There-
laptop over there.
There's so many, but actually, I'm going to go straight for the throat with this one. I'm actually going to say Silent Night, Deadly Night,
All right.
which we mentioned
That's a great
earlier.
movie.
Because really, yes, it's horrific and there's rape and there's slaughter and people dying all over the place, but this still really kind of gets to the core of Christmas.
And isn't
Santa
Margot
Claus.
Kidder in it?
Not in this one, no.
I thought she was in.
No, not from what I can remember. But Silent Night, Deadly Night, that is, for me, it's a movie that I watch every year on Christmas.
I'm thinking Black Christmas.
Yes, even though the kids can't watch it with me, I adore this movie because it's cheesy and it's exploitation and a lot of nastiness happens. But to me, I'm like, hey, it's a Christmas movie. I can watch it
Absolutely.
every year because I love horror so much.
Yeah.
This fits right in there. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Good for you,
And
Chris.
some great kills.
Good for
great
me.
kills in that movie. Good stuff.
All right,
I'm
your
gonna,
turn.
I'm gonna go with the one that pisses off half the audience. Die Hard. It is a Christmas movie. God damn it.
This debate's been intensifying this year a lot. I've
It
noticed.
has. Every year it gets a little worse.
Yeah, and this year it really has been boiling up, I think. People have been arguing about that to the point where I've seen memes that people said there's two types of people in this world.
Yeah, I posted that.
Is that you? Is that you?
That was me.
There's two types of people in this world. And
Those who think that Die Hard's a Christmas movie and those that are wrong.
I mean, it's a classic. Come on.
It is. It is. In every possible way. I mean, ho, 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 I have a gun now. Come on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Christmas themes in Die Hard.
There is. It is a non-stop
Was that
pointing out that it's Christmas through the whole movie.
Was that the film that kind of started? No, I'm wrong. Probably. I was just thinking. Was that one of the first movies that like kind of started forging Bruce Willis into the action star?
Yes.
It is the movie.
It is the
was
movie.
It the first film.
Yeah, 'cause he had only done Moonlighting.
It
Yeah.
was Moonlighting and then that.
Okay, so that was
Yeah,
like his first
yeah.
action film he did.
I think he had done a couple of smaller bit things that
Yeah,
were
yeah.
terrible, but yeah.
You know, I'm still to this day. You know, I know I'm going to go off script here a little bit, but to this day, I still don't.
Never.
I remember seeing Pulp Fiction for the first time and not believing that Bruce Willis was in it.
Me either.
He seemed out of place for some reason. I mean, I loved
He
him
did.
in the movie.
He did. Everybody else had that kind of art house feel to him.
Yeah.
And Bruce Willis felt like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, he just like that
Yeah, I
that
can see
first
that.
scene, that
Yeah.
first scene with him sitting there when Marcellus Wallace talking to him.
Yeah.
With the whole speech thing. He's just sitting there and I'm like, it's Bruce Willis, like Moonlighting.
It's not, he's not even acting.
I think his segment is the weakest,
weakest?
one. Yeah.
I mean, he does have one of the best lines in the entire movie. Zed's dead,
Oh yeah.
baby.
Right.
Zed did.
But
Yeah.
other than that,
I don't know the whole sequence. You know, I mean, I'd say the build up to like the big chase fight scene with him and Marcellus Wallace. That's pretty intense, and how that all plays out. Oh my God, it's like insane. Like I couldn't believe. I guess it's
Christopher Walken was the best part of his segment.
That
I
was
agree with
awesome.
that.
You're
Yeah.
right. That
You
was
know.
awesome.
We talked about that last week.
We talked
About the
about
watch.
Yeah.
We did. Well, you brought it up.
I carried this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass for 2 years.
Yeah.
Chris had it. We're talking about something totally unreal. Well, like I'm doing right now. But okay, let's move on.
All right.
Let's-
Mara, you have the floor.
Mara, it's your turn, Mara.
All right. I thought about movies I like to watch every year around Christmas. First thing I thought of was Gremlins.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
And I like that one because, you know, it takes place around Christmas. It's centered around Christmas. Kind of iconoclastic about Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It's almost bashing it,
of course, yeah.
and I love it. I
Yeah.
love that it is.
I do too.
Well, there's a lot of it's very there's a lot of snow in the movie. You see like a lot of scenes with them outside. It's kind of got that white Christmas type of look. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it does.
But then the story.
The whole story is
Yeah.
anti-consumerist. It's hysterical if you really think about it. Like, Dad gets all excited that they multiply with water.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh my God, Peltzer's Pets!
Yeah, and
it's
the
the
whole-
new. It's going to be huge for
Yeah,
Christmas."
Yeah.
He's the inventor too, so he's always trying
inventor.
to come up with an idea to make
Yeah.
Yep.
money, and he looks at as as Gizmo as
A new invention.
yeah.
yeah.
Best
He
line in the movie.
commodifies Gizmo.
You got a bad case of dragon breath. Oh. Bad breath. That was like, I love that whole scene. No, I was talking about the story in the film, the whole Christmas theme of the movie, with the girl's father.
Of course, yeah.
Fuck, oh my God. It's
Yeah.
the most disturbing shit ever, dude.
It
Yeah.
is, and it's like
It's a kid's movie,
She
too.
hates Christmas, and that's why she hates
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
It's because Dad got stuck in the chimney and died.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
and
yeah.
But this was a
I
kid's
remem-
movie.
Yeah, I saw that movie when I was a kid.
I saw it when it came
was
out.
fairly new.
Yeah.
And I don't remember being really that scared of it, but I look back
No,
as an adult. and-
because as a kid, I don't think the big themes got connected with us.
Yeah.
And it aged with us.
Yeah.
So as we watch it, the older we get, we're like, oh shit, that's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, oh
really
my
dark
god.
flick.
I mean, it had like surface wise, it's fun.
Yeah.
But then you get deeper into it, and you're like,
Come on, the microwave scene. We've all wanted to do that.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
microwave scene. That scene, I just
yep.
that drove me crazy when I was a kid. I loved
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But, you know, and as I said, I mean, I know I saw that when I was younger when it first came out.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of insanity in that movie that it's like, I
Yes.
don't think they could, you know, we've said that about a lot of older films. I don't think they could make something like that now for kids.
No, and that was one of the one of the movies along with I think Temple of Doom that was argument for PG-13
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
because that's
It was just a little too much for kids, but and what's funny is that looking at it now, it should probably be R, not 13, because it is gory.
it is, but most of the gore is green.
True.
I think
and
that's how
that
they
is
got
the
away
big
with it.
that is the big clause that gets you out of
Yeah.
really bad ratings. They even
Yeah.
used that for From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
vampire's blood is all green in the movie.
Right.
You're right.
So that way they could splatter the blood as much as they wanted and not get an NC-17 rating.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
all right. I guess it's my turn.
I guess so.
Don't
I-
sound so enthused about it.
Yeah, right.
I mentioned this movie probably more than I should, but it's to me it's a flat out Christmas movie, and that okay, you guys ready? It raised me like, well, we're so surprised. The Ref,
Oh, that The Ref
Slavery.
is one of the perfect Christmas movies.
awesome movie. I mean, it's
Scott, next time you're feeling unappreciated, let me know. I'll get you a cross and you can hang yourself on it.
okay. So,
Best line in the movie.
yeah. The Ref is to me, I can just watch that over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis Leary probably has, in my opinion, his best performance in a movie. And then, yeah, fish boots. I guess
Yep.
these are Stingray boots. You got fish boots. Not the fucking that whole argument is just it's hysterical, dude. There's just a lot of
And the
little
constant, do you smell pee?
yeah. Does something smell like urine here?
I haven't seen this movie in forever, so I can't
Movie
say
is
much
just-
about
oh,
it.
yeah, it's hysterical.
You'll have to come over to my place. We'll watch it.
Kevin Spacey just like looking at his mother, like that's some of the, and that's what makes that movie so cool to me is like some of the most masterful like arguing. Like those people really had chemistry in that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Kevin Spacey just arguing, going back and forth. Like you learn about these people, and that's why I like how the movie plays out because literally the enemy becomes the hero in the movie. Literally, Dennis Leary becomes the hero in the film.
He's the guy who reunites the family.
Yeah, literally at the end, like
Yeah.
they tell him like we can't keep pushing away everybody we care about, which they were talking to him.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, this guy was just kidnapped you like a few hours before.
Yeah, a few hours before you were bungee corded in your bedroom.
Yeah. It's just really cool. I mean, it was written so well, and the story plays
Yep.
out so well that you really are invested towards the end.
Yep.
And there's just a million. Just watching Dennis Leary get so pissed off on the phone at his friend, like just smashing the phone, like flipping out. I'm like, that's me. That's fucking me, dude. I've done
Yeah.
the exact same shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, it's a great great
that-
Christmas movie for me.
You're gonna laugh. That's actually Jen's and my favorite Christmas movie.
It's a fantastic
Yeah.
movie. It's so damn good, dude. It's written so well, and yeah, it's totally has the Christmas. It's all about Christmas.
It is.
all the ridiculous. They're trying to do the weird.
It's all about family
yeah. It's all about family. It's a family. It really is a family flick. Chris,
with horrible language.
horrible. Great movie.
This is one that isn't really one of my favorites, but I'm forced to watch it every year when we wrap presents. I just
Charlie
don't
Brown
really.
Christmas.
No, Love Actually.
Fuck
Oh God,
that
I'm
movie.
sorry.
Yeah, everybody makes the same face. Yeah, no, this wouldn't not
it's cool.
qualify as one of my favorites by any means, but yeah, it is in the Revolution every year, like the night before Christmas Eve.
Are you drinking
when-
Starbucks when you're watching it too?
No, I don't buy it.
Basic.
Yeah, it just
Basic.
yeah, it is though. It is a Christmas movie. There's a really good Christmas theme throughout, and obviously the whole love thing and whatever else. I have a hard time with
That love thing.
the whole 6-year-old boy falling in love with the girl. That thing kind of bothers me. That portion of
A
it.
little creepy.
It's a little creepy. And then some
Chris
of the
Hansen
stuff,
pops out. Have a seat.
some of the stuff with Colin Firth and his obsessing over the woman he doesn't know barely at all, in like tracking her down and shit. I'm like, this is
borderline.
fucking creepy as fuck.
Oh, it's a
But-
stalker movie, 100%.
Yeah, and then I wasn't thinking about like the dude like going to his best friend's house and trying to make out with his best friend's wife. But yeah, so for some reason my wife really likes this movie, and we have to watch it every year.
The plot thickens in this
I'm
household.
sorry.
Maybe she's a creepy stalker.
Maybe she liked
I've-
Twilight.
Yeah, maybe. All right, I'm done.
Basic.
I'm going to go traditional. I'm going to go The Year Without a Santa Claus.
Did I put that on my?
One of the
I put that on my list.
perfect
Yeah.
1960s
74 TV
claymate-
movie. Another TV movie. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the one that has the heat miser, cold
Yeah.
miser,
Okay, yeah. I remember that one now. I was trying to remember.
Mickey Rooney rocking it out as usual as Santa Claus. I don't know how that happened. How did Mickey Rooney just permanently become Santa Claus in all those movies from the 60s
I don't know.
and the 70s?
No idea.
Very weird.
Because he's like that good-hearted kind of pudgy guy, you know, probably.
Yeah, except for he was a dick.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I thought he had a
Like,
reputation. for-
he had a reputation for being a complete asshole. Like, watch It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Sometime you get to see who Mickey Rooney actually is in
Well,
that.
I don't know, man. Santa Claus himself. I mean, you think about spending like like hundreds of years, like one day a year, having to travel the entire friggin' world and drop shit off. You're gonna get a little salty after a while. I think.
364
He's
days of the
judgmental,
year
too.
off.
Well, yeah, but one night though. I mean, one night.
Yeah, well, what do you have to be salty about? You literally have a 364
But that's quite a deadline to me.
day vacation.
Oh, I agree. But that's quite well. No, you think he's
He's
doing
a wuss.
But he's doing paperwork all year long. He's getting stuff ready.
Oh, you think he writes the naughty and nice list
He's
himself?
got to get the oil changed on the reindeers
no
and
way.
stuff like that.
No way.
You know,
he has
got
elves,
elves.
that do all that.
well, he's got to he's got to manage all
Slave
the elves. He's got
labor, yo.
overhead. He's got to pay for. I mean, he's busy all year long. Don't make it out like he's just working one day of the year. I mean, come on. This guy's running a fucking business here, man. Give the guy a break.
He's running a charity. He's a nonprofit. Come on.
All right, fine. So I think maybe, but going back to Mickey Rooney, maybe he's just the perfect fit for that.
Maybe.
Personally and professionally and artistically. Just saying, man. All right. Ann.
Mara, it's your turn, I guess.
All right. I'm gonna go with Christmas Evil next. Which
Yeah.
Never seen it. Tell me all about it.
going
Give
with our
give
same
her the
theme
floor
here.
for a minute. Let her expound on this one.
Okay,
Okay,
let's do it.
Christmas Evil tells the tale of a young man who, as a young child, happens to see, I guess, he sees his mom and Santa Claus being naughty.
Ooh, hot.
He grows up to become a toy maker because he becomes very obsessed with Santa after seeing that and obsessed with Christmas. Eventually,
How very Oedipal.
it's tough to explain because you just kind of have to see it because the guy's just obsessed with Christmas. He pretends to be Santa. He even has his like naughty and nice books where he watches children and he watches a little girl with her doll and he's like, oh, she's so sweet, and he writes it nice, write her name down. Then he sees a little boy looking at a penthouse and he cuts out a naked girl and he's like freaks out. Got to write him in the naughty list, and it's like.
I've never
Kills and
even
eats all
heard
of
of
them,
this
right?
movie.
I've seen this movie multiple
kills
times.
it. Eats
Yeah,
all of 'em.
it's a
Never
good one to
heard of
watch.
it.
It's a good one to watch every year. It's exploitation. It's looks like crap, but it's really suspenseful.
Yeah.
The acting in it is surprisingly good.
Yeah.
This guy, you believe him. Like you believe he's sick and he's very obsessed with Christmas and he thinks his heart's in the right place and it's just
Does he punish the naughty?
Punish.
I mean, he
I'm trying to figure out why it's called Christmas Evil.
because it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Evil.
I know, but is he killing people?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He does kill people because there's a lot of people who, in his mind, are evil because they don't believe in Santa.
Oh, he
Yeah.
kills the non-believers.
Yes.
Yeah, I did kind of a
Shun
bad
them.
job of explaining it. It's the thing to
You did
me.
fine.
The thing
Catholic
that like
Church, then.
that stands out in my mind in that movie is like the obsession of Santa.
Yeah.
and
Right.
the belief that he is real. And I guess, taking that to an extreme.
You know, that seems like a very, I mean, dare I say this, but that seems like it would be a kind of a real, there's somebody out there that is that probably to a certain degree.
Oh, I'm sure.
That
Yeah,
seems like a
I think
scenario
so,
that's
yeah.
somewhat likely. Like, I mean,
There
yeah,
are
it's
people that are
fantastical.
completely obsessive with Santa.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
and Christmas in general, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got some friends that are fucking whack jobs with this shit.
I mean, I grew up.
They were your friends. They're
Yeah.
they're now no longer.
Fuck you guys.
My friend of my mother's, they collected Santas, and it was like during Christmas time, their house was like scary because it was just millions of Santas all just staring at you in their home, you know. And
That's
it's just,
off-putting.
You know,
that's-
yeah,
that's-
a little
that's-
army.
When I growing up, we had one Christmas ornament that stuck with me my entire life. It was those cardboard ones where it had really beautiful artwork on it, and it was Santa stuffing a little kid into a bag,
Oh boy.
and it was this Victorian era artwork, and it's like,
Those are
holy crap!
those can get grim.
Who,
Like-
who the hell thought that would be?
I don't
This
know.
on the tree.
I don't know, but we had it, and it was my favorite ornament.
I had just bought actually last year a postcard that was I think the year on it was like 1912.
Yeah.
And it's a picture of a child sleeping in bed and Santa like coming in the window, and it looks
Disturbing.
terrifying. It looks
Yeah.
like he's coming in to kill.
Maybe he is. Maybe it's secretly
Christmas evil.
Krampus.
Chris Hansen's waiting outside the door again.
Yeah,
Have a seat. That's weird. No, that really is disturbing.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, it's really weird. Like you like those two examples, a matter of perspective, like how we think as people now and how people thought back then. They thought it was completely harmless. Like, hey, stuff a kid in a bag. It's all good.
Santa would. It was the threat that Santa would take the naughty kids to the North Pole.
Yeah, that would be so bad.
That wouldn't.
No, they were there to be like forced labor.
So that's where the elves come from.
Yeah, that's the old story. The elves are not elves. They are little kids that never get to grow up
Oh.
and are in forced labor. It's
Why is there no movie about this yet? Because that could be pretty cool.
There's going to be now.
Now
Yeah.
I need to write it.
Yeah.
Apparently,
The plot thickens. It's freaking prick
We're making
Santa
this
Claus.
movie.
Santa Claus is evil.
Pain in
Yeah.
the ass jerk off Santa
But
Claus.
I mean, I think that's why we get so many. I mean, we mentioned 3 Christmas horror movies, and there's just always that, I think, grim.
Well, I think it's that, and I think that because Christmas is so overwhelming in a lot of ways emotionally, like it's that one time a year where everybody feels the most isolated, no matter how
Yes.
much family you have. Everybody feels left out or like they're not quite good enough. And yeah, I mean, it there's a reason there's the holiday blues, you know, and Christmas is this kind of dark spot on the calendar for a lot of people. So,
Yeah.
That's when we left the hell alone. When we left alone.
No, I'm all
Want to
depressed.
hide in the house. and
Hell
just
no.
Throw wood in the
Not
fireplace
depressing.
and
we're doing good.
Yeah, I should
Yeah.
stay warm and relax.
have my old time Christmas, like a movie I want to talk about right now.
Which is
Holiday Inn.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh.
An
There you
old
go.
time Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this hasn't been jumped on just yet. I mean,
We were getting there.
you can't fuck with this movie, dude.
You can't.
No.
I've already watched it twice this year.
This movie, it's another one of those ones where there's, I'll put that up there. I mean, it's another National Lampoon's film, and I've mentioned this about Animal House. How I've said there's absolutely no filler in that movie at all.
No, it's just nonstop.
It is nonstop.
You're right,
Like
yeah.
you don't stop. It's intense, the comedy, and the same thing goes for Christmas Vacation. It's such an intense movie. There's so much, and now I should say it does. I don't think it hits the peaks as high as Animal House does, because Animal House was just a masterpiece in its own right.
I
But
think it hit. I don't know.
well, there's because you do have
Eddie emptying the shitter
well, that's
is one of the funniest
iconic.
scenes in history.
It's iconic. But I'm saying, like, they do get into the feels of the film. There's a few scenes where they slow things down a little bit and say, yeah, what are we doing here? I'm freaking out, Dad. That's why. How'd you get through all this shit, Dad? Well, that's why I had my friend Jack Daniels help me.
I had a lot of help from my old friend Jack Daniels.
So you get to see this family trying to get through this thing, and that's really what I love about the movie is it really does encapsulate, I think, what a lot of people go through during Christmas. It's just like, okay, we're here, let's go through this shit again, right?
The franticness too.
Yeah, and where you have it, but you have Clark Griswold, who's like, I want to have an old time Christmas, and he's got all these amazing plans, and he's really wants to make it the coolest thing ever, like the lights, for example, like everything. He's trying to make it the greatest Christmas for his family ever, and he's so emotional about it. Like he's heartbroken when something goes wrong.
Yeah,
but he's
also invested.
Yeah, he's invested, right?
Yep.
So that whole movie, I mean, again, it's excellent writing. You're rooting for Clark Griswold. You want to see him persevere through this thing. You want to see him win the game, and he does.
Yeah.
And the whole family.
They're going to be the happiest group of assholes this side of the North Pole.
It's good. It's good. I mean, Chevy Chase really. I mean, when he starts coming unwound. Like he starts going crazy towards the end.
The huge over dramatic blinks.
Yeah.
It looks like he's having seizures.
It makes me laugh just to think about all this stupid shit. I gotta go watch this when I get home. Yeah. Christmas Vacation. I mean, really. Yeah, iconic. The shitter's full scene. I mean, you can't ever.
Yeah, it's just one of those.
Squirrel.
The squirrel in the tree.
Oh God, the squirrel in the tree.
Yeah.
The squirrel.
Oh my God.
The exploding cat.
The tree. The trees. Well, they burnt the tree up. And that's that great scene with the neighbors next door where they're like,
when he has the chainsaw and
the tree down, puts it through the window.
I feel so. I have such mixed feelings for those neighbors in that movie too. Where I really hate them, but I also feel kind of sorry for them because
tortured.
They are.
I mean,
they're just like the yuppies though.
They have like an 8,000 Bang Olufsen, like what $8,000 Bang Olufsen stereo system that gets an icicle launched at it.
Yeah.
Like holy shit.
Isn't that Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
Yes,
it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And her knocking out her husband at the end of the movie is one of the greatest scenes ever.
Yeah,
after she's attacked by snots and the squirrel.
Oh God!
I was like having nightmares about the squirrel thing because we had squirrels trying to get into our attic. I told you guys about this, and I was having nightmares the other night that they got out of the house or got out of the attic and got into our tree.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
And they started partying and doing drugs.
Yeah, it was really
when
weird.
Christmas Vacation becomes real.
Yes. Could happen.
So that's a great flick. I mean, I don't really know anybody. That's another one of those movies. I don't know anybody. It's like, oh, what a pile of shit that movie was. No, it's just a great.
I'm sure we'll have one person that goes back and watches this live stream that'll be like, oh, that's bullshit. That movie was terrible. But
fine, it's okay.
Yeah,
he's
Fine.
own.
It is.
No problem.
Come on.
Agreement.
There's got to be one
not
person
needed.
out there that hates it. There's got to be one person out there.
I've never met anybody that hates
I
this
don't
movie.
think I have either.
No.
Me either. But there has to be somebody.
There's something about the Griswolds that everybody can sympathize with because we have all had like crazy ass family members.
Oh, yeah.
And we've all been on these vacations where weird shit has happened.
Yep.
So everything that happens in all of those movies, you can relate to.
Oh, Vacation.
You know what's amazing
something
about
for
those
everyone.
movies to me too? All of the kids go on to be huge stars.
Yeah, you do.
All of them. I mean, Juliette Lewis and Johnny Galecki are the kids in this one.
Mm-hmm.
What's it? Anthony Michael Hall in the original. I mean, the only one who didn't was Rusty in European Vacation.
Yeah.
Is the only one whose career went.
Well, but Audrey in the original one, she didn't go anywhere.
No, she didn't.
You're right.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, she
but
went to
Eddie's daughter did.
she was a crack whore.
Eddie's
That's what she does now.
Well, yeah, that's from
Yeah.
Ally McBeal and 30 Rock. I can't.
30
think of her
Rock.
name.
Yeah, that's where I'm thinking of her from. I can't. And Unbreakable Kimmy
Right.
Schmidt.
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
Jane
I can't
Krakowski or something?
Yes,
I don't want
that's it. That's it. Jane Krakowski.
Well,
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yep.
brilliant. Can't really say anything else.
Impossible to argue with.
Chris, your turn.
I'm going to go with the old Standby, My Christmas Story.
Yes, it's right next to that one on my list.
I just, I've seen this at least 800 times, I'm sure.
At least.
At least.
They still do it, don't they? On like the USA Network every
USA still does the 24
play it.
hours.
24 hours.
I think that's so great.
What was the redhead's name in the movie? The bad guy. Scott Farkas.
Scott Farkas. Yeah.
I've actually talked to him like in his adult life. He's like cool as shit. Like he does a lot of acting still.
Yeah.
I
It's just
loved him
funny.
in the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, he's actually.
Wow.
I love the laugh. His laugh was the best ever, dude.
I
Farkas.
I remember when A Christmas
He had
Story
yellow
first came
eyes.
out.
Yeah.
Didn't see it at the theater, but we saw it like on HBO. Like the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
year they played it, and it was like instantly one of those things on repeat.
We could do
all
we could do a whole
the
show
time.
on this movie.
We could do a whole show on this movie easily. And
I
we
would
could do,
love to do a whole show
We
on
could do a
this
whole
movie.
show on vacation movies too.
You could.
Yeah,
Easily.
We could. Easy.
Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament.
What do you guys?
I love
Anyways.
European vacation.
What
Back-
do you guys think made A Christmas Story what it is? The icon.
Relatability.
Yeah.
Go, Mara. You go. What
With
is
Christmas
it?
Story?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, it takes place in the 30s, yeah, and it's like it's
The 30s?
still related
30s or
40s, and but every kid still goes through all that stuff. It's like we don't really have the same experiences, getting excited about a radio show and then realizing that the little toy you got is just an ad with the radio show, but we all can kind of like
We totally
remember-
did in the 80s, though.
We did.
Yeah.
We did
Not
in
with
the
ra-
80s.
not with
It wasn't
but
radio.
with,
It was a cartoon or
Exactly.
serial or whatever.
Any
Yeah.
type of thing like that. I mean, I remember that. I remember being bummed out so many times about something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like you want something really bad and
Yeah.
all the adults are telling you that it's stupid
Yeah.
or you're going to hurt yourself. It's like everyone knows how that is.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone.
I want
Even
a
kids today.
skateboard.
Kids today could watch that and relate to Ralphie.
They do.
Oh yeah.
My 8-year-old nephew or niece loves that movie. Loves it. My mother-in-law has the leg lamp in her window. And the kids think it's hysterical. They know what it's from.
Yeah.
It is hardly sexist.
I'm joking.
It's a
It's a major award.
It's a major award.
It's a major award.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott.
There's some great little things you got to watch close for in that scene when the major award shows up that I just love to just watch over and over again. When they put the major award up in the window, you see Ralphie.
Caressing
He just
it.
keeps like they keep cutting back, and you just see his mother pulling his hand out, and his hand
Yep.
keeps going back.
I love that
He keeps
shot.
pulling his hand out.
And that was the night that our house was taken over by the soft glow of electric sex.
Fragile.
Fragile.
Now that thing was that. Now here's another question I have about the major award. It was clearly plastic.
Clearly.
It was clearly plastic.
So that puts it in the 40s.
Yeah, but when the scene comes that it gets broken, you ever listen? It's a
It
sound-
breaks like ceramic.
it breaks like it sounds like glass or
Makes a
ceramic.
more
breaking.
dramatic moment.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Have you ever heard plastic break? It's not as impressive.
sound.
It's just. I mean, it's not very exciting. It's much more dramatic, and I guess that's the reason for it. But that never calculated.
But I think it was supposed to be ceramic.
Yeah, I guess so.
But they didn't want to try to make it out of ceramic, so they made it out of plastic.
It's a major award.
It is.
It's a major award.
I heard a lot of plastic breakdown here one time, and then there was some foul words that came out of my mouth. But we'll talk about that another time.
But
Yeah, but that wasn't the word that came out of my mouth.
Another beautiful scene around that one too is when
Oh, yeah.
when she calls the other kid's mom.
oh God,
No, not from his father. You heard it on the phone.
no, not his father.
You heard it from your son. You hear the kid just dying, dude. I'm like,
What did I do, Mom? What did I do?
it's just that you can't.
Such a fun movie.
It's another intense film. Like that intensity, like that comedy, man. You don't see films that are. I mean, I know people are trying to make movies like that, and I've seen some really.
Did you
funny
see the
stuff.
remake of it?
No, I
They
don't
did it
want to
on-
see the remake of it.
They did it as a musical.
Oh, like a live, yeah.
The live one on Fox with Matthew Broderick as the dad.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Or no, Matthew Broderick was Ralphie as an adult narrating.
Okay.
It was actually
Was it good?
fairly solid. It
So it was a
wasn't
movie.
it wasn't as legendary
Yeah.
as the original, but it wasn't bad.
There's a reason it's played 24 hours straight
There is.
during the holidays.
There is every year for the last 20 years.
Yeah, and it don't get boring. You see, I mean, I burn out so quick with stuff, and if I get too much of anything, I'm like, okay, I've had enough. But that's one of those movies I can just keep watching it.
Yeah,
Keep
absolutely.
watching it. It's so damn.
Well,
good.
because we don't get classic moments like that very often anymore.
No.
And there's so many like quotable lines in this movie and so many little details you can relate to that's why you can watch it over and over and over again. And like for me, I like watching stuff from my childhood because it kind of transports you back to that time. And that's kind of how A Christmas Story is. So
yeah, very sentimental,
Yep.
wonderful
Very
movie.
nostalgic, yeah.
yeah.
Moving along.
I'm having a hard time deciding which one to do, but I think I'm gonna go.
You might want to go for your big one. Die Hard?
I already did
You
that.
said-
Oh, did we
Die
already
Hard.
go over that whole
Yeah,
thing? Okay.
Yeah, I'm tossing up two, but I have a feeling somebody else will get one of them. So I'm gonna go the Grinch,
Yeah,
the original,
Can't
not
mess
the
with it.
Jim Carrey one,
can't mess with it. Yeah, the original one is fantastic. The cartoon.
with Boris Karloff as the voice of the Grinch, and just so perfect,
Agreed.
so perfect.
Seeing that, I remember seeing that first time like in elementary school.
Yeah, and Tony the Tiger is the singing voice for the Grinch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good stuff.
No, it's. I mean, and that's like we were just saying a second ago. That's one of those ones that'll take you right back.
Oh,
That's
instantly.
that's such a sentimental, like nostalgic thing to watch now. It brings back all them memories growing up of that excitement of Christmas, like that when
Yeah.
you were a kid, when you had that magic that you were experiencing because you were young, right?
Yeah, you hear that ba-hoo, do-re, ba. Yeah, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I love this.
All of a sudden, we all break out in song.
Right.
I never liked the Grinch.
Oh, my heart just shrank 3 sizes.
I think I related too much to the Grinch as a child. I don't know. I was.
Yeah.
Please explain.
I didn't like. I would say my enjoyment in Christmas is probably newer in my life, and I was a little more, I mean, I liked Gremlins. That was the kind of I just always liked the more dark things.
No, that's
Nothing wrong with
cool.
that.
So even as a kid, I'd see the Grinch and I'd be like, oh, I know
It's a
gonna-
dark thing.
I know
Yeah.
it was, but it was like about him changing and not being evil anymore.
Yeah.
So
And you
I
wanted
was-
him to stay evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want him
like,
to stick to
stay
his
evil.
guns.
Yeah.
She wanted him to be the Grinchiest Grinch of that ever Grinch.
I did. I did.
Grinchiest Grinch of the Grinch, or the
It was
the
lost
West,
on
whatever.
me. It was just lost on me.
No, that's
Yeah.
understandable.
No, that's totally
Not for
okay.
everybody. No, that's totally cool.
That's just that is an iconic part of my childhood.
No, I
I'm like the only person I think I know who didn't like that growing up.
And I am a big fan of the music in all those old specials.
they're fantastic.
So that by itself, the Grinch's music was wonderful.
I think that's what made that, because that was another TV.
Yeah.
It was another TV special when that was on, and I think that's what made it even more cool. I think, and that's why I mentioned earlier, like I got a lot of TV movies.
No,
on
there was
here.
a lot of them that were spectacular.
I think a lot of that because you're seeing it the first time in your home.
Yep.
You're not in the theater. You're in the comfort of your own home during Christmas in your PJs or whatever So there's just that comfort you have all around you while you're seeing this stuff. Well, I mean, as I already said, I think I did see the Grinch in school. These other ones, I know I saw them at home. So
Yeah.
it was just being in that setting. Hot cocoa made. All that
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
shit. All
Oh,
that
yeah.
bullshit during Christmas. You experience.
All the great parts of Christmas.
Yeah, all the really the really cool parts of Christmas. Ma, your time. Ma.
Who, me? Okay. Let's see. I got 2 movies, and one of them's sweet, and one of them's not as sweet. I'll go with my sweet one since I talked about a lot of the horror ones, and that's Shop Around the Corner with Jimmy Stewart.
I've never seen
Never
this.
seen this. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's like my
I-
wheelhouse, and I've never seen it.
I just saw it recently. It was playing at the Senate Theater, which I don't know if any of you know about that, but just they have like the organ there and everything, and they do.
Okay, so it's like the Redford.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So they played that, and I went and saw it because I never saw it. And Jimmy Stewart is in it. They remade it as You've Got Mail.
Oh.
So it's that same sort of, love type story where they know each other. They're exchanging letters, and they don't know that they know each other, and they don't get along. And it takes place during Christmas. They all work at a store, and it centers around the Christmas sale and things going on in this little town during Christmas. And it's just really heartwarming.
That sounds awesome.
It's very heartwarming.
For me, anything Jimmy Stewart is good.
Oh, I love him.
I mean, Tom Hanks is our
hard.
new Jimmy Stewart.
It'll be hard for me to say I don't like a movie if Jimmy Stewart's in it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
It's
right
me,
there with
like
you.
even if it's bad, I'm like, well, Jimmy Stewart was in it.
But Jimmy Stewart was great.
Yeah. Even like Mr. Hobbs Takes a Vacation. I don't know if you've seen
He
that
was
one,
great
but
in it.
I loved that one.
The movie wasn't great, but he was great in it.
Yeah. But Shop Around the Corner is just, it gives you a really sentimental feeling because
I'm totally gonna have to
it's
find this
about relationships. It's about friendships. It's about work relationships. It's about being around people who you want to be around during the holidays and taking the time to get to know people. And it didn't need. It was interesting because it didn't need to be a Christmas movie, but the fact that it was centered around Christmas, I think, gives it that extra little bit of like emotional warmth.
Yeah.
Jimmy Stewart is just like, he was always that perfect everyman, the same way that Tom Hanks does that, like
Yeah.
Trevor mentioned. I've never even heard of this movie.
Yeah, it's
So-
a deep one from him, and I don't think it was that popular. Oh no, it was popular when it came out. It was remade a couple times, even in around the time that it came out. I can't remember any of the details off the top of my head right now, of course.
That's okay.
But
Wow, it's a fairly early Jimmy Stewart movie, too.
yeah,
What year was it?
1940.
Wow.
there you go. Yeah,
That's crazy.
What was your other one?
my other one was Scrooged.
Oh,
That was my toss-up, that I was sitting there
Yeah.
going, Grinch or Scrooged? Grinch
Yeah.
or Scrooged? Yeah, we'll get to Scrooged.
we just did.
Scrooged?
Yeah, let's go.
mentioned
Let's
Scrooge.
talk about Scrooged.
All right.
She just mentioned Scrooge.
Scrooged is like dark
Yeah.
comedy, obviously a retelling of Scrooge.
Yep.
But Bill Murray is fucking awesome in this
Yeah,
movie.
he-
Bobcat,
he's great.
Bobcat steals that movie.
Yeah, that's true too.
Everyone's great in it.
Yeah.
Just everyone.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just staple the antlers on the mouse?
Well, I remember specifically with this movie too, the visual effects in this movie are outstanding and very, very dark.
And very forward.
dark.
Oh, it scared
They were
the
way
shit
ahead of their
out me
time.
when he was going through the crematory
Yeah.
at the end. That scared
Yeah.
the shit out of me.
That was
Yeah.
great. I love how it's really about sensationalism in TV and destroying that concept that it's a good thing. Especially since that's even more profound now. Like, it was starting to be a thing in the 90s when it came out, but man, or late 80s. Now it's fact. Like, I could see them doing a nuclear holocaust. Like, unless you want to die, you will watch
Scrooge.
Scrooge. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Carol Kane as the ghost of Christmas Present. Oh, look, a toaster. is one of my favorite things she has ever done, and by far one of the best parts of that movie. Like, there was nothing bad in that movie. Nothing.
No.
I mean, even Buster Poindexter was good.
He's great. I love every aspect of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever get sick of that one. I really love. I think most versions of the tale.
I have one in particular that I am very partial to, but yeah, for the
Which
most part,
one?
they're all good. 1951, Alastair Sim.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that one is very dark.
It's incredibly dark. It's perfectly acted, and the effects for it being 1951 are really good. The costuming is just spectacular.
And the lighting in that movie is phenomenal too.
It is like film noir
It's
style.
very and gothic too.
Yeah.
Very, very gothic.
It's
I don't
just
think I've seen this one.
yeah.
it's the one I grew up on.
Yeah, me too.
And so it's like, for me, that's A Christmas Carol. All the other ones are compared to that one.
I grew up with the Mickey one.
Oh, I love the Mickey
and the
one.
Muppets, too.
Yeah.
Muppets
I
one's
own
great.
both of those.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I had the Muppets on my list, and there was another one too. It was made by Jim Henson.
Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Thank you very much. I forgot to
Absolutely.
put that on my list, and I feel like a fool, but it popped in my brain.
Oh, that is my mom's and my Christmas movie.
Unfuckwithable.
My entire childhood.
Emmett
Unfuck
Otter?
with a bull.
Genius.
Like, to the point
I never
where
liked that one either.
wow.
two years ago, my mom didn't tell me. I just randomly got a package from Amazon, and it was a copy of Emmett Otter on DVD. And it totally made my Christmas.
There's a Blu-ray. I thought they announced that a while back. They're doing a Blu-ray run.
They
of it
announced it
now.
like 2 years ago.
So
They were
it's been a
going
while.
to do a Fathom event. Or
They are
already
the
did.
Fathom event.
It was tonight.
Yes,
It was tonight. Dana went to
The
that
third-
thing.
the
I think it
third-
was tonight.
Oh,
it was
really?
on the 3rd and the 10th.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So or maybe it was last night.
Yeah,
I don't
last
know.
night.
But
Yeah.
Dana went to see it was
The
Emmett Otter.
Emmett Otter and the Fraggle Rock Christmas special.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God!
I found me a fuego.
What a party! Oh, nice. You get liquored up at that, man. Oh my God, dude! Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Fraggle.
Flaggle. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. You talk about the feels, man. This
Yeah.
Oh,
is
yeah.
riddled with the feels.
And the music.
Oh, dude, the music. That's what
Oh.
makes it. Mama Otter throwing down, dude. It's over with, man. I started
yeah.
bawling my eyes
Oh,
every
yeah.
fucking time she starts singing. Man.
The part when they're at the end, when they're going down the river in the boat singing, and they do the jam medley of the the mashup, before mashups were a thing,
Yeah.
of their songs. Oh, yeah. Waterworks.
And the River Bottom Nightmare Band, I mean, we'll go down
Oh,
as
yeah.
one of the coolest things I've ever seen, I
Oh,
think.
absolutely.
Just as a
River
kid,
Bottom Nightmare Band.
Yeah, but just growing up with my background and the stuff that I was listening to, and just getting like, oh my God, they nailed it. Like
They did.
They didn't make it cokey. Of course, it's funny, but it's like
It was still
these guys are a
good.
bunch of dirtbaggs. These guys
And
are
it was
fucking
good
scumbags,
music.
and they rock too. Yeah, it was hilarious.
That's what blew my
Otter,
mind.
like the weasel playing the guitar.
Like Jim Henson and his obsession with banjo being in everything.
Yeah.
And then River Bottom Nightmare Band happens, and you're like, what the hell? He knows what metal is?
Yeah, it was great. It was really cool. And just the way they played. Come on, get out of the way!
Yeah.
They're all sitting there.
It wasn't Cartman. It wasn't
Oh,
Cartman.
It was the otter.
I know,
thing.
I'm just-
Have you seen the YouTube video where somebody actually got the unused bloopers from that movie?
Oh no!
Where when they were filming the movie, they actually filmed a whole bunch of things where it just didn't happen right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's freaking hysterical. Just the drum rolling out of the store.
Oh,
They
God.
had to do that shot like 30 times.
Oh no!
And all of them are funny. And the puppeteers just start getting bored by the end of it, and they're just making the most obscene, stupid jokes. It's wonderful.
Now, there's
Wonderful.
nothing quite like Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas
No.
to me. Nothing looks like it.
Nope.
Has ever looked like it,
Or sounded like it.
or ever sounded like it either.
Yeah.
It felt so warm. Mm-hmm. Mama Otter, man.
It's sad, too.
God, it's so the
Dad's
sacrifices, man. The sacrifices they made.
Dad's dead. Dad was a snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
He never quite made a living, and yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Heartbreaking.
sacrifices made. I mean, it was a single mother, that whole motif being played in there.
Poor otters.
And these otters
Right?
are just getting the shit out
Dirt
of the
poor
stick,
otters.
man.
Yeah.
He had to put a hole in the wash tub.
Yeah. Barbecue, man.
Barbecue.
Another great tune. That's my spirit. All right. Thanks.
All right, let's move on.
That's it.
We got
Scott and I
time for
are
a
starting an
couple more.
Emmett Otter cover band.
Emmett Otter tribute band.
That's right.
Oh, that's terrible.
Wow.
I'll be the
Washtub.
beaver.
Wash tub base. Moving along. What do we got?
I don't know where we at. Who's next?
I
think it's me.
I think it's Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a couple more. I think I'll throw out Home Alone, even though I know you're not a big fan of that one.
I'm not. I will stay quiet on this one.
Home Alone, it's just always been a fun rewatch
fun flick.
for me. The kids always crack up with, the booby traps
Yeah.
at the end of the movie.
Clever movie.
Yeah, it's a clever movie. Yeah, is it the best thing ever? No. But
Does it stand with the rest of John Hughes movies?
no.
There we go.
No. But I do, the one real element that I always enjoy about this movie is the closure of the neighbor with his son's family. Like, that part always gets to me, because it's like this family that's broken up. And the old man next door, his story is kind of similar to Kevin's in a way. He's by himself. He has nobody. And then at the end of the movie, like, his family comes back. So there's this, like, duality between Kevin being left at home by himself and this old man who's been living by himself. I just like the Christmas message of it.
I don't remember that arc
Anything?
at all.
Okay.
I don't remember that part either.
Yeah,
Or vaguely
remember?
I do.
Remember, there's the old guy that lives right
No.
next door to Kevin's family? Yeah. And he's been
I have to make
withdrawn
the big admission. I've seen it once.
oh, okay.
I've seen it a bunch of times, but it's been a long time, so I'm not really that big of a
Yeah, he
fan of it,
hasn't,
but-
the old man next door hasn't seen his son or his grandkids ever. And at the end, like, Kevin sees them come back. Nobody else remembers this?
I remember
I
it.
like
No.
kind of
okay.
do. Like, you're
Yeah.
saying it, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
this all sounds
So-
God
familiar.
damn it. Yeah, I saw it.
Damn it.
Come on.
But yeah, Home Alone, we watch that one a lot with the kids over Christmas.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. I mean, my opinion of it doesn't matter. It really is a classic
it's a
movie.
classic, yeah.
And totally loved by so many people.
Is it It's a Wonderful Life?
No. And you just name dropped my movie.
Have at it.
Moving on.
It's a Wonderful Life. You cannot make a better Christmas movie than that.
I agree.
I don't think it's possible.
Great, yeah.
It has absolutely everything. Every aspect that makes a good Christmas movie is in this one.
That's one I haven't seen in a long time.
We talked
I
about
watch
this
that
one at
every
length.
year.
Yeah.
Every year I watch this one.
Yeah, at least once. At least once a year. No, ever since she brought up the shop around the corner.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to say this one. Just the arc of Mr. Potter is interesting. But George's arc is one of the most heartbreaking and heartwarming things I've ever seen on screen. Like, it is, I mean, it's really funny. The movie was a ginormous flop when it came out. Everybody hated it. Everybody thought it was depressing and bad, and it didn't get popular until the 50s when it was free for TV stations to air it. And so TV stations were like, all right, if we don't have to pay royalties to show this on TV, we will. And all of a sudden, it became the Christmas classic.
And from what I understand too, they didn't brand it as a Christmas movie at first, and it came
No.
out in the summer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
which
think
makes no
that kind
sense
of
to
hurt
me.
it. Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing centers around, or at least the end centers around Christmas, and I can't say enough about it. Like, it's just one of those movies that's just quintessentially, I mean, I hate saying it this way, it's quintessentially American.
You know, I'll never forget, like, it was probably the first or second time we watched this as kids, because we watch this religiously. We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
We watched this every Christmas Eve. We would go to the St. Clair Inn for dinner, and then we'd come home. We'd watch It's a Wonderful Life. And I remember the first time we ever watched it with my parents, I was a huge Little Rascals fan when I was a little kid. In the scene, the dance scene, Alfalfa is one of the kids
Yes.
in the dance scene.
Yep.
And I remember being so excited. This was like one of the first film facts that I ever realized when I was a kid. I'm like, holy shit, Dad. holy shit, my dad's like, huh? I'm like, that's alfalfa. My dad's like, I know. But it was just one of those things that stuck with me
Yeah.
when I was a kid. That whole dance
Yeehaw,
scene.
George.
Yeah. With the pool opening and all that stuff. That's just like
That is-
great filmmaking.
It
That
is.
entire scenario. And when they're walking home together, like you don't get a better
Yeah.
like story arc as far as a relationship starting to kindle
Yeah.
as that.
I know.
Yeah. It's just it's beautiful.
The classic walk home at night scene.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Absolutely perfect.
Yep.
So
Absolutely. Mara.
Okay.
Never look into the eyes of Mara.
Try it, find out. No. So I'm gonna go with a movie that might be a little out of the box because it's not exactly a Christmas movie, but it has a very iconic Christmas scene,
Ooh.
and that's
That works.
That's Female Trouble. John,
Oh my God! Really? You're dropping the John Waters? That's awesome.
I have to. Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome.
And I go with that because I mean it's
That Christmas scene is amazing.
yes.
I vividly remember that scene.
Oh yeah. It starts the whole plot of the movie. So it's kind of the opposite of It's a Wonderful Life where everything kind of goes and leads you to Christmas. This movie's kind of like
It starts at Christmas and goes downhill from there.
yes.
Fast. Oh man, I love John Waters movies.
I do too. He's my favorite. His story about it too is like Christmas. He means a lot to him, and he remembers going to his grandmother's house on Christmas Eve, and the Christmas tree had fallen on her.
Oh God.
And everyone was terrified, and he remembers thinking like, "Are the presents okay?" And he put that into Female Trouble, where this young woman wants cha-cha heels for Christmas, and she does not get them, so she knocks the tree over onto her mom and runs away from home.
Yep. It's all about the
And-
cha-cha heels.
Yeah,
You've seen it, right?
Very long time ago.
Oh, okay.
see it again.
Yeah, I
it
need to see this
deserves a
again.
rewatch. It's one of my
I
favorite
used
movies
to,
of all
to
time.
host actually John Waters nights at one of the bars I worked at.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah. Oh yeah. I am an unabashed, ginormous fan of.
There's
that
a
man.
lot of those. There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
There are.
Oh,
That's awesome.
yeah. And he was actually
Female Trouble.
And if I
Yeah.
could just piggyback another movie onto
Yeah,
it, I just watched last night Jingle Bell Rocks, which was a documentary about finding Christmas music,
Oh,
and it was pretty interesting. But
where was that?
That's on Hulu,
Okay. Cool.
and John Waters was in that, and he talks a lot about.
He seems like that guy that'd be deep diving in old, like for old vinyl.
Oh yeah, and he has a Christmas album that
Yes.
came out a few
Yes.
years ago.
Yep.
So he talks about that, and there's other interesting
Oh,
parts
he's
in that movie
hysterical.
too. But
if you ever get the chance, go see him live.
Oh,
when
yes.
he hosts one of his movies.
yeah, he does. He does a Christmas show. He's not coming here this year, of course, but he does a whole Christmas thing. Mm-hmm. I just saw him in Detroit this summer.
I love his vision of Christmas. It's
Yeah. He's
terrible and wonderful.
It is. He's like sentimental and nostalgic and he loves it, but he is not afraid of taking it to a
Another
sick
level.
level.
way too far.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
He's a beautiful mind.
He is.
He's really a treasure.
He is. He's such a sweet guy too.
Yeah.
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 My,
Scott.
my mainstay every year.
Yeah.
And well, you know, and I've talked about this before, I think, in this context. The Godfather. Every year. It does take place part of the time during Christmas.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's that iconic scene, you know, Tom Hayden or Hagen.
Right.
Merry Christmas from the Turk. You know, he's carrying presents and stuff like that. But I don't know why, but that movie the whole movie to me just feels like a Christmas movie for some reason. And maybe it's just because it's the only time I do finally get some time at the end of the year to like watch movies. and I always break out The Godfather. And just it's the time of the year where I watch The Godfather. Maybe just my own thing, but there is some. It does have a small sequence where there's Christmas in it.
It's one of those movies that, like, when it gets to that part, it feels cold. It feels
Well, it
like
is cold.
it actually feels like Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
But the movie is so cold too that I can kind of all the
Well,
context of it fits
just
together.
the way they're wearing the long coats, they got the
Yeah,
gloves on,
yeah.
they're in the New York. I mean, it just you're right. It just feels cold.
Yeah.
I mean, what's there to be said? I mean, we don't need to go into The Godfather, right?
No, we don't.
We've all seen that damn movie. But I
That
can
could be 3.5 hours of show right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a movie that I always break out at Christmas time. I gotta watch it.
That's a really funny one to me. I don't see it, but I totally can appreciate that because it's such
Some people even say Godfather 2, which I don't.
I prefer Godfather 2 over 1.
That's a tough call. I agree.
De Niro in
well,
2.
De Niro, yeah. I mean, that's a really tough call. I've been fighting that one for years. Like, which one do I like better?
De Niro and
Playing
and
Vito
Brando.
Corleone. Oh my god, dude,
That combination, that
it's sick.
it's beautiful.
But the original one, that's the one I always want to break out
Yeah,
during the holidays.
yeah.
It does have a small tie-in with the. I just feel
Got
like
a
it's
little
Chri-
Christmas thing going
I
on.
feel like it's a Christmas movie. I
Do
don't
we
know.
have enough to go back around one more time?
I know I got more.
I can find something. I think.
I got one more. Let's do one more around.
All right,
let's
one
go.
more
Come on,
round.
All
hurry
right.
up, fucker.
Okay. So the last one I'm going to say is Elf.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. You got to go
I'm-
Elf.
Yeah, we do this one
Never
every year
go
now
the full
too.
Elf.
Yeah. Elf. We love this movie.
Who doesn't?
James Caan in this movie is so
Hey, there's
fucking
a nice
good.
Godfather tie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
James Caan makes this movie for me. Like,
James Caan at the end of the movie when everybody's singing
yeah.
and he's faking it and his son calls him on it is one of the greatest
Yes.
scenes. I love that.
It's one of those scenes where you actually see a character flip-flop. Like, he's this cold, hard bastard, and Christmas changes him. The
Yep.
Christmas spirit changes him
Yep.
for the better. And honestly, I've cried at that scene.
Oh yeah.
I'm a
I have
pussy.
to.
Sorry. That
No,
scene has
nothing-
made me
nothing
cry.
pussy about that.
Yeah.
Nothing. That movie
Yeah.
chokes me up every time.
And
Every time.
obviously, Bob Newhart in this movie,
Is wonderful.
I adore him.
And it has my favorite version of Baby It's Cold Outside.
How dare you? But I agree with you.
They edit that part out.
Yeah. We're going to edit that out.
And
I love her voice,
Me too.
and the way she sings that is just wonderful.
She has that classic, like, 20s
19
vibe.
Yeah, that,
you know?
that crooner era thing
All right.
going on.
Throw us another one, Trev.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah.
That was my goddamn it.
That is the mandatory one. I mean, every year that's what I start Christmas with. Day after Thanksgiving, that and put up the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little teeny tiny sad tree.
We actually have the replica
Yeah.
tree.
That's sweet.
It's awesome.
Yeah. You can't. I mean, that's another one of those ones. Another TV movie. That and the original. That was 65. Holy
I
crap.
don't think Mara likes it.
She's very quiet right now.
She has this look like
I'm going to kill you.
I'm like, I like Christmas and I like a lot of Christmas movies, but not really, I guess.
That's another one for the feels, though, man. It's nostalgia.
You fit in perfectly here.
you know.
Yeah, there's no violence in it. I don't know if I can watch it. Yeah. Sorry.
There's violence through the whole thing. Every time Charlie tries to kick that goddamn football.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
it's
And emotional brutality.
Yes.
it's a beautiful little. It's just a great.
It is.
flick.
It is.
Again, it's just another one of those nostalgic things. It just feels right for the time. It warms the house up.
Yep.
It's and Charlie Brown. Just that Charlie Brown always made me feel warm inside. Anything
Yeah.
I ever any holiday, whatever it was, I can watch Charlie Brown over and over.
Thanksgiving Day, I watched the Charlie Brown
Peanuts, I should say,
Thanksgiving.
Peanuts. What's that?
Well, except for most of the specials were actually called Charlie
They
Brown.
were, Charlie Brown and, a Charlie Brown Christmas Story.
But no, even Thanksgiving, I watched the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special
Yeah.
that day, and
Yeah, I never liked any of the Charlie Browns. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I
No,
love them all.
liked- No, the only one I liked was Flash Beagle.
Flash Beagle was pretty great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's only because he did,
Him and
he
leg
was in the-
warmers?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
The
I like
leg
the leg
warmers make
warmers
that
and the
scene.
in the lighted dance floor. That was the only reason I liked it, I think.
I can completely concur that is great.
What do you got, Mara? For
You
your
got another
last
one?
one for the evening.
My last one, I mean, I didn't have another one, but I thought about this movie while we were talking,
Okay.
is Mixed Nuts.
I never saw that.
I remembered really, really liking that one the first time I saw it, and I rewatched it
Why do I think?
last year.
I gotta look this up.
Me too.
And it wasn't as great as I remembered, even though the performances in it are really good. It's Steve Martin, Juliette Lewis. Oh man, a lot of people are in. Adam Sandler's in it. Liev Schreiber's in it.
Wow.
The cast
Madeline
is
Kahn.
Madeline Kahn, Robert
yeah.
Klein, Anthony LaPaglia,
Yeah, it's a
Juliette Lewis,
Huge,
Rob Reiner,
huge ensemble cast.
Holy
Like everyone
crap.
does a great job.
John Stewart, Parker Posey.
Rita Wilson.
Yeah.
And it's I mean I liked it because it takes place on Venice Beach and I hate the snow, so it was like to see
Move
it,
to California, you'll hate the sun soon.
you know what? I'll take that. I'll take hating the sun for
Oh, I lived there for 10 years.
yeah.
I moved back to where it gets cold as soon as I could.
But that'd be nice. To
Oh,
just,
it's terrible.
you know?
Escape for a little while.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
It's great. It was great for the first year.
yeah.
And then I realized that non-stop blue skies made me want to run in traffic.
Oh, I would love it.
I hate it. Hate it.
I don't know if I'd feel that way. But I want to.
But I grew up in Seattle.
I want to know.
so-
But yeah, that's what I liked about that movie. Seeing Christmas,
Yeah.
no snow. They're on the it opens up and they show Venice Beach and people are rollerblading.
Right,
and,
right.
Yeah.
But they're playing a Christmas song and
That's kind of cool.
yeah.
Just like kind of transposes it to a different environment.
Yeah, and they work at a suicide prevention, and no one wants to be there, and it's Steve
Sounds
Martin kind of has
lighthearted.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can see what I like. Yeah,
No, it sounds great. Actually.
yeah. It's not like I said. It's not like the best, but the performances in it.
It has Stephen Wright in it too. I mean, come on. He's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah, very deadpan humor.
Anyone who can do stand-up talking like this is my kind of guy.
He's cool. He's cool.
Avoid a caffeinated coffee table.
All right, Lambert, give us
I
your
really
last
noticed
one.
the difference at all. I was walking down the street one day and the prescription ran out for my glasses. Oh, where the hell am I at? This guy's got one-liner after another, man.
He's great.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, another TV movie,
Another one that is
It's
divisive
banned.
now.
1964. 1964,
And I-
man.
It's so funny now. Everybody's talking
banned
about
that?
how it's
People
getting
are
banned.
offended and
Fuck 'em.
very upset
People
by the
find it-
bullying. I
Fuck
guess.
'em.
But you know what the movie was about to me was the opposite of what every single person that's offended by it is saying.
Oh, of course.
It's
Of course.
about overcoming being bullied and moving
Right.
on and proving your worth.
Getting over
Exactly.
adversity.
It's like,
It's like no one's agreeing with the bullies. In
Right.
that
yeah,
movie, so I
nobody's
don't-
saying the
No, we
bullies
were
are
all
right.
rooting for Rudolph.
You're right.
And even Santa at the end is like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You are valuable."
Bunch of shitbag reindeer.
Yeah, yeah.
Bunch of dickhead reindeer. Asshole reindeer.
Although
suck.
somebody did bring up a really funny point.
Yeah.
If Santa can see everything, he totally knew that the other reindeer were bullying him.
Good point.
You'd think he'd, straighten that out pretty
And I
well.
was
The
like-
guys,
we
get it
were
together.
talking about how busy he is, so maybe that's just something he
Yeah.
couldn't get to.
Maybe he tried to pass it off to somebody else to go take care of it.
He's
and they
trying
just
to
didn't.
he's trying to rattle friggin' rabid reindeer all the time from beating the shit out of the one ugly one.
I think
like, dude, come on.
the
enough of this
HR
crap.
department at the North Pole is all kinds of fucked up. They should have taken care
You
of
don't
that.
want
and nipped it in
HR
the
getting
bud
involved
right
with
away.
that, man. Holy crap! Everybody
Where do
fired.
I go to sign harassment papers? That's what I
got
wanna
this
know.
red nose and everybody's fucking picking on me.
Right?
What were you going to say about this one, Scott?
I really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
No,
liked
that's
it.
another one of those ones. I think that was another one, honestly, that I may have seen for the first time in school with with all the kids.
I think I did
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I did.
Familiar.
And it looks so
With the
good.
projector?
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
projector. It
Yeah.
just looks so cool. And I always just will never forget his rain. Oh boy, I was afraid that was going to happen. His the nose. Just with that stop motion they were using back then, it was so organic looking and so cool looking.
It did look really
I love
Uh,
that old stop motion.
Yeah, and it was
What
just
is that noise?
It's my stupid phone. I turned off
Scott's
airplane.
mom.
Oh, boy, that's a hell of a callback. Holy crap. You haven't done one of those in a while.
Time to come home,
Time
Scott.
to come home, Scotty. No, I love that. I just love that movie.
Speaking of edible,
Jesus. Can we go home now? Bad enough. You're starting with a mom joke, so I want to go home. No, I just, it's another one of those ones that you just go back to that. I mean, we know the story. We've all seen this so many times, but
with
it's
great Burl Ives music.
yeah, oh man, but you roll back to that nostalgia, and it just kind of brings me back, and that's what a lot of the films that I pulled on my list, obviously, and ones that were brought up that were on my list personally, were ones that I just, when I watch them, it's kind of a time machine back in time.
Oh, absolutely.
It's fun, you know, and I think that's what a lot of these films.
Time capsule.
Yeah, people really want to go back and watch these cool flicks for that reason. And there's new ones. I know the Christmas Chronicles. I mean, I'm embarrassed. Now, who said they saw it?
I saw it.
All of
I
us.
saw it.
Throw it out there. What would you think?
I
haven't
thought
seen
it was
yet.
great.
It was wonderful.
Okay.
It was so fun.
Same with
Yeah.
Kurt Russell. Literally just came out of.
Well, anything with Kurt Russell's okay.
Yeah, he did so good.
Like honestly, I can't think of a movie where I didn't like Kurt Russell in it.
I love Kurt Russell.
Yeah, he is another one of those, like, just you see him in something, and then even if it's like not a good movie, what he did
he
was perfect.
Like Thousand Miles to Graceland. Terrible movie.
Terrible
He was so
He
good.
carries it. Escape from L.A. Terrible movie. Kurt Russell fucking
He
awesome.
carried it.
Yeah.
Totally. All right.
Yeah.
I am going to drop one more.
Do it.
One more. Lethal Weapon.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's another one. Yeah, you're right.
Lethal Weapon is totally Christmas centric. I mean, the whole thing revolves around it. Half the music in the movie is Christmas music. I mean, down to the Christmas tree getting destroyed when the car drives into the house. I mean, it is a Christmas movie, 100%.
You're right.
We're
Absolutely.
getting too old for this shit.
I have been too old for this shit for too fucking long.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Let's go home.
yeah. This was episode
I'll take you
104
home.
of Real Crime.
You mentioned
We don't
that.
know what we're doing next week yet, but we hope you'll join us.
Stuff.
Ho, ho, ho.
I did a thing. We're gonna do a thing next
We're
week
going to do something. I don't know what.
for episode 105. I can't wait. It'll be
Oh,
awesome.
You're so excited. I
We're
can
going to
tell.
compare all the Grinch movies to each other.
Oh, God.
That's how I'm gonna
No.
spend my weekend.
I love the Grinch, and
Isn't
I
there
don't
going to
want
be
to
a
do
new
that.
Grinch?
Yeah.
The new Grinch is already out, and it's
Yeah.
god awful.
Okay.
All
right.
Merry Christmas.
Good
Merry
night.
Christmas.
Thanks for joining us, Mara.
Yeah, Mara, welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you, I had a blast.
Welcome aboard.
I hope
Thank
you
you.
enjoyed your first and the look on your face judging by that.
He's like,
Who the fuck are these guys? I gotta get
What
out of
the
here now.
fuck did I sign up
Oh
for?
boy, I'd let you know.
No,
if I had a problem,
welcome,
don't
Mara.
worry.
No, it was great. I hope
We'll
you enjoyed
find
yourself.
out in about 5 minutes whether
Yeah.
she has a problem.
all right, guys. Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Night.
Visit us at www.themoviesleuth.com and find The Movie Sleuth on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and iTunes.